So it starts with preparing the organization. So when it comes to bringing changes in the whole organization, right? So the whole organization has to be prepared for this change. So for that reason, you have to prepare that organization. So in terms of preparing that organization, you are supposed to communicate to them what is going to happen in the organization, what kind of changes can be brought in, what kind of benefits it is going to have, what kind of difficulties the organization is going to face. All this information has to be passed on to them. So you are preparing the organization for change here. So something like the Levin's change model it is. Okay. So freezing, unfreezing, refreezing, moving and refreezing. So this is a kind of unfreezing stage here, wherein you are preparing the members of the organizations and creating a mindset for them that the organization is going for a new thing in terms of technology updation or whatever it is. So you are trying to bring a huge change in the organization. So all the members have to be prepared with their mindset open and accept those changes. So that is the stage of preparing the organization. And at the same time, when it comes to preparing, not only communicating and preparing your employees, even you have to procure the required resources for the organization for this change process. Let us say you are going to shift from the old system to now computerized system. So for that you need resources. It may be computers, it may be LAN connectivities, it may be routers, it may be any kind of hardware or software installations which is required for the organization. So that have to be also procured. So that is also a part of your preparing your organization for change. After that, specify or discuss and decide your organization strategy and objectives. So whenever you are bringing these changes, you know, the organization has to work on its plan. Okay, and decide. Without an objective, nothing can go forward here. So even for our life also, there is an objective behind it. So for that objective only, we all people will be surviving and working. So as student category, your objective is to finish MBA and get a good job. So my objective is to ensure that my students learn. I work in a reputed institution, right? I want to grow. I want to be successful in my career. So my objective is this, right? So every person has their own objectives here. Even in organizations also, whenever you are implementing changes, the organization should frame its objectives and accordingly plan the things. Once you are able to do it, now fundamentally rethink the way works get done. Now here, try to identify and analyze the core business processes, define the objectives of performance, and design the new processes. So the whole organization strategy and objectives are framed at a larger, broader level here. But now it has to be implemented in the organization. So that will be what I can say, percolating to the departments or the processes in the organization. So let us say the strategy of the organization is to ensure to increase 10% of market share, the objective. And the plans are how to increase that market share of 10%. Okay, so let us not discuss those plans now. So the objective is to increase the market share of the company by 10%. So if the organization's market share has to be increased by 10%, how it is going to affect the other business processes in the organization? So every change in the objective will make the organization rethink the way the work is being done, right? So whether to achieve that objective, you have to bring in some changes in your business, day-to-day routine businesses. If you have to bring those changes, yes, it has to be done. Okay, that is what is fundamentally rethinking the way work gets done. So because now new strategies and objectives have been framed at the organization level, here in the business processes or the departments also changes have to be brought in. So there also you have to understand where small changes have to be brought in the business processes. define the objectives of performance for them, and now design the new processes which are required and implement them. So once you design those new processes, now is the time to implement. That is what is restructuring the organization around the new business processes. Okay, so that work is to be done at the last stage here. So re-engineering process means at the large organization level the things will not be implemented. Of course strategies and objectives are framed at the topmost level, but still the work has to be done at the departmental level or the core business processes levels. So there also the assessment has to happen. If any lacunas, new processes have to be discovered, what changes have to be brought in, have to be addressed in, objectives have to be again framed up for those departments, because again that is what, if they don't fix that objective, they will not end up in meeting those objectives also. So objective is very important. Objectives have to be fixed, new processes have to be designed, and they have to implement. So once this is done, automatically when every department works on bringing changes in their departments, that is where is going to result in total restructure of the organization using these new business processes. So that is what is re-engineering structures. There are some characteristics of these re-engineered organizations. So normally the work units change from functional departments to process teams here. So as I told you, you can change the whole organization structure totally. Okay, so that is one way of restructuring or re-engineering the organization. Then jobs change from simple to multi-dimensional tasks. Let us say you have gone for automation in the company. So initially the work which was done by 10 people now is being done by only one person. So what is happening? Initially the task given to him was very simple. Now it is multi-dimensional. He has to do the work of 10 people now. So that is how things can change in the re-engineered organization. So people's role change from control to empower. So in re-engineered organizations, what happens is the response time has to be very fast. So for that, you cannot control your employees. Instead, you have to empower them. Empower in the sense in terms of problem solving or decision making. So you have to ensure that they themselves are, what I can say, um, having ability to take the decisions. That empowerment or that power has to be given, that authority has to be given to your people in re-engineered organizations. So that is one more nature you can find here. The focus of performance measures and compensation shifts from activities to results. Initially what it was like, if you finish this task, you'll be given this much of benefits or incentives. But now it is not like that. In the re-engineered organizations, if as a whole team you are able to achieve your results, then only your compensation benefits are going to be fixed up. So the performance measures, which were only concentrating upon small activities earlier, now it is as a shifted to results. That is the whole department what it is doing, the whole unit what it is doing, what results it is giving, the whole organization what results it is giving. So it concentrates mainly upon that. So the organization structures change from hierarchical to flat here. That is what is centralized to decentralized system also. Okay, earlier it was centralized system, now it is more of decentralized system where the decision making authority is given to lower levels. And hierarchical to flat means the time period of reporting becomes much faster here. That changes can also be found in re-engineered organizations. So managers change from supervisors to coaches here. So instead of being a supervisor here, you will become a coach here by supporting your employees to and motivate them to work. Executives change from storekeepers to leaders here. sorry, scorekeepers to leader here. So what was the job earlier of executives? To keep the score, how what person has done what job. But now he is supposed to be the leader here. What is the leader? Leader is a person who leads everyone, who motivates everyone, who ensures that everybody follow his or her steps. So that kind of role has to be is normally witnessed in re-engineered organizations. So these are varieties of structural interventions which you can find in organizations. Okay.